All right, welcome to another BS Friday, everybody. What is happening? Mark Bare Naked Willie, digging the glasses, brother.
Dave Cooper live 6 days a week. Happy BS Fridays, my friends.
6 days, one more to go. We're on day 5, my friend. It has been a busy week. We've had a lot of great guests, and we are ending it with a great guest today. So listen, if you're just joining us for the first time and you are not following us, please follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And as always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where you're going to find all the past and present stuff that we are doing. Mark, listen, I mean, today's a big show. We have just about 1,000 people signed up to attend because of your wonderful marketing.
Well, it's all of our friends sharing, Dave, from all your different shows and all our associations. And on our phone call this week, you said it best. There's so many folks that watch these videos nights and weekends because they're busy during the day, and then they share these live shows, right, with their other friends. Right. So bless your hearts for doing that. We love the attendance, and we love sharing our network with yours.
Yeah, we really, really do. So let's hop into a little bit of this conversation. I mean, we've had this person on our show once or twice, maybe even 3 times in the past, popping in and out. I mean, one of my favorite people, one, he gets to spray stuff and cover his cars in goopy purple stuff, but 2, he plays with goats.
He plays with goats. Yeah, he was on the show with our friend Prudence Ferreira, Sean St. Amour, Etienne Gubler. Love it, Dave.
Yeah.
In fact, he was on the show, and as you said, we have so many people attending that we had to bring in help with the show, right?
We're going to need some help with almost 1,000 people attending, and we know not everybody comments, but we hope you do. Right? Let us know that you're there. Please hit that like and share button right now. I see the numbers are climbing and climbing and climbing from this end. This is probably going to be the biggest show of the year, unless we can pull it off again next week, Mark. So with that said, you're right. We are going to have 2 people. One, Jennifer is going to be behind the scenes helping to monitor the comments, but we're also going to have a special guest come on right now. Who is it?
Let's bring her on, everyone. Our friend from Illinois Green, Ashley Marinko. Welcome.
Welcome, Ashley. Hey, great to see you. How are you?
Good. How are you guys? Thanks so much for having me on and for having me join this, your biggest one. No pressure at all, but I'll be behind the scenes helping out, and I'll be in the chat posting some resources throughout. So I'll say hi to everybody in the chat. I'm excited to talk with you guys. But a little bit about me. My name's Ashley. I'm Program Associate at Illinois Green Alliance. Some of you guys might have heard of Illinois Green Alliance because I believe my colleague Katie has been on the show. So if you guys have seen her talk on the podcast, you guys might know a little bit. But we are a nonprofit that's focused on green building and building sustainable communities. And one way we do this is through educational programming. Obviously, with COVID, it's really shifted our programming to be less in person, actually not in person at all, and all online. So that's been a really big shift, but also exciting because it has allowed us to kind of have a wider range on people who can see our programs. So with that being said, we launched on Wednesday a new on-demand program option where people can go and look at the 50 programs we have put on, or webinars virtually put on since March. So that is available to anybody who is interested on our website, and I believe the link will be put in the chat. So if you guys want to check that out, we have 50 plus webinars focused on affordable housing, Passivhaus, green schools, LEED and other certifications, as well as just a wide range of topics. So definitely take a look at that. It would be awesome if you guys check that out. It's free for members if you guys want to sign up for our membership. Otherwise, some of the webinars are free while others are $5 for non-members. So definitely take a look and keep an eye out for our upcoming events. In December, we'll have an event on decarbonization, as well as an event on climate action and things that you can do in your everyday life to take action and to reduce your carbon. So,
Dave, I'm going to leave the show now. Ashley does a much better job. This was brilliant. So, Jennifer, if you can catch up over behind the scenes, maybe we could post the YouTube video of when Ashley's associate Katie was on the show, so people could get a glimpse of some of those previous shows. Thank you, Ashley.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, Ashley. Love it. All right. So, Ashley, why don't you just hang out with us for a second here?
Okay.
Mark, I don't know. I like kind of keeping them in suspense. Look at all these people showing up to watch the show today.
So, everyone that's showing up, tag one of your friends. Tell us how you got into the industry, and put a hashtag for Dave Cooper Live. Put a hashtag for Intelligent Membranes. Put a hashtag for Illinois Green Alliance. Fill up that chat. Share your thoughts, and let's bring them in when you're ready, Dave.
Yeah, listen, everybody, please hit that share button right now. All right, listen. Well, let's do a quick intro. So we're going to have Adam White join us in just a second. Now, this is somebody that has been involved in this industry for quite a long time. Not only does he have products that he has come up with and solutions for the industry, but he is very active in the industry in building in timber frame. He truly is an expert. And I think it's very important that everybody understands, we're going to be talking about a couple things here, but really what we're really focused on outside of Adam is his experience and why these products came to be, and also his experience on what he does for his own community that he is serving every day, day in and day out. So I think if you're good, let's bring him in. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Dave, your audience is big into Offsite, and that post I put up earlier that maybe we could add to the chat, that shows the timber frame. His background that you and I love would see that crane come in, drop in the wall. So take it away, Dave.
All right, here we are, Adam. What's up, man?
How you doing, guys? No pressure on me today.
What I love about Adam, man, is you are probably one of the most humble, down to earth people I know, and you are doing such big, amazing things around the world. And I think that's why this is going to be a special show. And I also think it's why almost 1,000 people have signed up to hear you. And I don't think it's just because you have a great accent.
You're just making me more nervous.
There's nothing to be nervous here. Just, Adam, it's as simple as this is live. If it's going to go wrong, it will. It's just how it works. We just roll with it, man.
Yep.
No
So
worries.
I think, Dave, this is when you kick us off, where you ask that question, right? And after that, we'll go into a video so Adam can relax.
Yeah.
So go ahead, go for it, Dave.
All right, here comes Adam. We want to know everything from the moment you were born to this time right now on this show, everything in the next 3 to 4 minutes. And do not leave out any of the gory, gross stuff from the hospital. Go.
Okay, so from birth till now. So going back, I've been doing carpentry now for 22 years, since I was 15 years old. I've always been doing timber frame. I've always been in that construction side of the industry. Going back about 12 years ago, I used to have one of the largest install companies for timber frame manufacturing. So I used to install timber frame for loads of different companies around the UK. And then going back about 6-7 years ago, I decided to start building my own timber frame. So I started building my own offsite manufacturing timber frame, which then led me into all the other companies that we're now involved in. That was a very short 3 minutes, but I don't know what else to go through from there. I think.
Well, I tell you what.
Too quick.
That's why you have Ashley, Mark, and I today, because we are going to dive into all these different areas that you're involved in. But first, we're gonna put up a video so everybody can watch it. It's about 60 seconds long. So let's put that on the screen, and we'll hit play, and we'll come right back. Make sure everybody mutes. All right. So let me unmute everybody here.
Wonderful video. The story of who we are. I love to see buckets growing out of the ground. You can't beat that. But the nature and the trees, bless your heart. What a beautiful message and mission.
Yeah, for sure. Playing more videos already. Sorry. Yeah, it is a great video. You know, Adam, I mean, I love how you come up with these videos. You want to do our intros?
I can
You
do
make
it.
some stuff for us.
Have you seen some of my videos?
I have. I see you outside painting your Volvo or Audi or something.
Audi, yeah, the Audi. We sprayed that with one of our products. I won't name the name yet, but
Yeah. Oh, I love it. All right, so
So
go ahead,
Dave,
Mark.
actually, Adam has a secret. It's not ready for today, but Adam's actually working on a little surprise for Dave Cooper Live and some of those other videos. So I put you on the spot there, Adam. But since Dave brought it up, yeah, we're all friends and we all share.
yeah, we do have a video being done for you. Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, we do have one. But just going back to that video, I do a lot of joking around, and all of my company, we always have fun in what we do. But there is an underlying message and things that we do want to promote in the UK, and that's rebuilding the forests and all the planting that we do. So our company, at the end of this month, we're going to plant 10,000 trees right here in Cambridgeshire, and then our aim is to actually plant 1 million trees whilst we're going, and we want to take that across into Italy, Germany, France, all our locations that we're in. So I know I was just putting it out there that we do a lot of joking around and things, but we do have a serious side to us.
Yeah. Well, you do, and I think that's a lot of fun. And we're going to do some joking around today. We're going to have some special guests that may join us somewhere along the show. And we're going to do some other things. So let's hop into this. We got people here to learn about Adam White and everything that he's doing. And I think this is a good time to jump in. So Adam, as everybody saw, we have up on the screen, you're the founder of Intelligent Membranes, Passive Purple, but you are also the CEO and founder of Passive Schools. I think this is a really big deal for people to understand who you are as a person. So if you could just kind of help everybody understand, what is Passive Schools? And it's not what everybody thinks it is. Go ahead.
So Passive Schools is run by me and my other brother, Nicky White, and we build Passivhaus standard nursery school buildings that are all built to Passivhaus standard. So triple glazed windows, heat recovery, and good thermal insulation values. But we concentrate on not just what the building can do, but the aesthetics of the building. So just a building looking nice from the outside isn't enough for us. It has to look nice from the inside. So that's why we're quite picky on what we do. And we're actually designed a 12,000 square meter school that we're hoping to go in for planning permission just next year. So,
yeah, I mean, that's amazing to me. Mark, what do you think?
So the education is growing and growing. Years ago, you were hard pressed to find education on Passivhaus. And from what's going on in Europe, a lot certainly in Germany, a lot certainly in Ireland, but to carry that forward and to carry that torch, I've been getting updates from Adam for a while, so I knew about this, and I'm glad he could share it today. And he's always on the accelerator with our huge following on Canada and the U.S. So I hope many people copy what you're doing, Adam, and also join into those training programs, because we need to train the trades.
Yeah.
Well, we've just put plan permission in for a 4,000 square meter training facility for modern methods of construction. So we want to train other companies on the groundworks, to the timber frame, to the brickwork, and showing them how to turn these buildings into Passivhaus buildings as well, and to show them all the technology. So 4,000 square meters to our additional already about 1,000 square meters that we have.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Mark, I just got to say it real quick because my screen's lighting up over here. We have people from Canada, Germany, France, all across the United States. I'm going to give a couple quick shout outs. We'll get the comments and stuff to put on the screen, but we got Peter J., Alex White, Henry Schickel, Blake Gailey, Stefan Speckmeyer, Andrew Seeley, Nicholas Kellogg, George Ryman, Brett Serrani, Harvey Munich, Al Tunison, Prudence Friera is in the background, Don Pence, Buzz Howitzer, Etienne Gubler, Sean McStay, Sean Santamore, Tony Buck, and there's a ton others. We got 43 comments already in the bar. So listen, it's
I got
really
a challenge, Dave. I got a challenge. Those names you just read off, each of you folks tag one of your friends to join in the discussion, and there might be a prize for you.
Might be, and share. So, but with that said, listen, normally we try to get to everybody and everybody's comments. Today may be a little bit different with the amount of people we have, but we are going to give it our best. All right. So here we are. Adam, I mean, you have a lot more hair than me. It sounds like you have a lot more stress possibly than me. So I don't know how you keep your hair. So between you and Mark, I need those secrets. All right. And then what I really want to understand is, all of this starts from a passion. Where did it come from? Like, what made you want to be better like this?
The construction industry, and a lot of people will agree with me, it has been a horrible place for many, many years. And we are slowly coming out of that. And how we used to build 10 years ago to even how we build now is completely different. And I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and it just makes so much sense to build the way we're building. Offsite construction, building with better U values, airtightness, heat recovery system. Without heat recovery system, all our products with the airtightness are useless because we need that heat recovery, the clean air going into a building, and people understanding that we do need that. And it's not just one component. The whole passive house building is lots of components put together. So
sure, absolutely. All right, so how we doing up there, Ashley? There's a lot going on in the background, huh? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the extra help. This is fun. Go ahead, Mark.
So we got the timber frame. Are we going to dive into the original solution for the interior? You ready for that?
Yeah, I think we can dive into that. I think first I got one more thing I want to talk about. Let's ask him with the White House bespoke timber frame. You're the CEO and founder of this as well. This is another big deal in my opinion. And then I think I want to get into the products and how you came up with these ideas. And so everybody knows, Adam is a guest on our show. This is not a paid show. This guy's doing amazing things, and that's why he's on here. No pressure, Adam.
No pressure, as always. Thanks, guys. So, White House bespoke timber frame, we build anything from single self-build buildings to large construction blocks of flats, shops, multi-story buildings. And we're bespoke, so we can build basic timber frame, which you might call post and beam, to passive house twin wall systems that are 360 mil wide, full of insulation. We do it all in our factory in Cambridgeshire. We have all our own erectors that operate all through the UK. We work for the Forestry Commission or Forest Holidays, and we do all their luxury cabins throughout the UK. So the darkest, deepest forests in the UK, we're in there putting our little cabins, our little eco cabins up for them. That's it really, just everything. People power as well. So although ours is off-site construction, we like to use a lot of people in our factory rather than machinery. That's not all the case for everyone, but because we're bespoke, we do a lot of different angles and things with our panels. So we just like people in there to come. So
when you say bespoke, just so the audience understands that, can you explain that?
So bespoke, so it's not a generic, we won't just build like this generic one house and repeat it 100 times or something like that. We get brand new houses into us that are all weird shapes, wonderful sizes, 3 stories with cantilevers, with big glass windows and the rest. So anything we will build. Or if they say, I want this U value, we'll build a wall system to that U value. If they want this wall, we'll build this wall. Anything they want, we can change and adapt to, because we have our own in-house designers that will just take care of all of that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right.
You hear a lot. You hear a lot from our European community. The U value. It's typically used in North America for the people doing the energy modeling and whatnot. But the U value, we shortcut. Unfortunately, we tell people an R value for a wall, but the U value is factoring in the entire assembly and helps you dial in more. Hopefully the effective value of that entire assembly.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, listen, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about controlling our environment so we can have a stronger, better, healthier home. That's the whole idea behind all of this. All right. So what do you think, Mark? Let's hit this first subject, right? Because you are also the proud owner of Intelligent Membranes, Passive Purple. And I got to ask real quick, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find, but I saw Prudence here. She did ask, why purple?
Why purple? So we put it out to LinkedIn 4 or 5 years ago now. I had sunshine blue, sea blue, sorry, sunshine yellow, eco green, and then passive purple. And I think I had 55,000 comments in 2 days. It just took off, and everyone just said passive purple, passive purple. And that's it, really. There was no other story than that, but it was our favorite.
55,000 comments in 2 days.
It was just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I feel like Elmer Fudd, you know, at 55,000. How do you respond to 55,000 comments? You need an arsenal of volunteers to respond to that.
Right.
You don't. You give up.
You just do one big tag to everybody.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was going to say, since we're doing the passive purple, should we show people a video so that they could see how this looks on the interior space? That was your original product, is for the interior, both the spray and the brush. And it's nice to see a wall assembly being finished here.
Here, let's put up the screen and I can show some of these because I learned something new with this whole WhatsApp thing. I had no idea you could put it on your computer.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dave.
That's all right. That's all right. All right, so what are we looking at here? If I can blow it up, I will, but I don't know if I can get much bigger. There we go.
That's fine. So at the minute, we're looking at a SIPS construction here. So a sealed insulated panel. And it's been, to do the joints where the panels meet, we've used passive purple brush. And then we've come along and sprayed the panel to make the whole thing one complete airtight seal. So that's very important to understand. We've got two products. We have a liquid applied membrane that can be sprayed or rolled, and then we have a brush applied membrane that has small fibers in it that will cover large gaps up to 5 mil.
So the detail process is that wall, that SIP panel is an OSB facade, right? Oriented strand board.
Yeah. So I think I can see Dave's got some pictures of it when it's. So
what the folks do is, after it's up, they cover the joints and the screws or nails with the brush, and then they come back and do the spray to give it the vapor control.
Yeah, the complete vapor seal. Yeah.
Right. So what I just showed there is what you're exactly saying. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that picture is great. So Adam, explain to us what we call them sleepers, but explain to us what you have going on here.
So in the UK, we put what we call a service void in. So we put that void in so the electricians can run all their wires in, and they won't touch the vapor control, so they won't damage it in any way. So they won't damage the OSB, they won't damage the studs trying to run any wires through or pipe work. And this can be 25 mil or 50 mil thick, and then we can even leave runs out of it as well, so they don't have to cut any of the the bands off as well.
So to let our audience know that we're agnostic, Dave was at the SIGA training, and we've seen the 475. They do the same things. They run these so that you have a cavity that's proud of your air and vapor layer, so that you don't have penetrations, right?
Yeah,
Well, that's it, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing we learned at the training school. And you know what I didn't know, it's all great if you want to do, you know, your vapor barrier, zip sheathing, this and that. But once you poke, you know, 20,000 screws through it, it really defeated the purpose of what it is. So what you're showing here, and correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, is your vapor barrier's on, then you're putting your little 2-inch lath on there, right? Or it's on prior to the vapor barrier. So you're not putting holes in, you're sealing everything. And then you run your final sheathing over the top of that, and you've left the gap to run your utilities or your wires or what have you.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. And also, because our product is adhered to the OSB, it's really hard to damage as well. So this is some OSB, but because we're adhered to it, if you try and damage that or cut that, it's going to be really hard to get the right angle. So because we're adhered to that, it's really hard to damage it. So if I've got a Stanley knife and try to cut into the air tightness, it still wouldn't affect it too much.
So that's a good point. So is that a flexible material that is on there, or is it hard? It sounds like it's hard.
The elongation of this is really good. So, and if you put a nail through that, it will seal around the nail as well. So it will take nail penetrations as well.
Okay. Wow. It's smart.
It's also a pretty color.
Purple. So you do a post and it's purple. Of course you make it purple and it gets 55,000 comments, you know? That's just the way it is. All right, let's keep walking through some of these pictures. How about it?
Yep.
All right, let me get over here.
It's also, so people know, a nice clean workspace. That helps for photographs. This is great. So you have either a drain or a vent pipe, some sort of ABS or PVC, and then they brushed around where the hole saw went, right, so that we don't have anything leaking in or out.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not supposed to be there for decorations. This is a good visual for everyone on the job site as well, to know that the air tightness around that object has been done as well. And it's got, our product is flexible, so if that moves around, our product will move with it.
Very cool.
So Dave, we always talk about sequencing, right? So the carpenter finished the wall, in this case the plumber does his piping, and then for the practitioners out there, the sequencing is, whose responsibility is it now to take care of that penetration? The last person that touched it, the person that built the wall, the plumber. Make sure that you have that in your project lineup of who is responsible and why this is important.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Yep. So what do we got going on here?
So this is how it's applied. So it's applied with an airless spray machine. Our weapon of choice is the Graco 595. It seems to be the best one for us. Reasonable price. It's a good contractor's machine as well.
And all right, so that's what you're using to spray.
So shout out to Greco. They're also not a paid sponsor.
No, they're not. All right, so that's just the machine you were talking about now.
Yeah, that's it. So just a little small one to carry around the site.
Yeah. All right, so now I'm seeing just the seams on this one.
So this is the preparation work that you would do on a SIPS construction. So where the panel joints are, you would paint them first to make sure the large gaps are done, and now that's ready to be sprayed. So if you think of our brush version as a tape and our liquid version as the paper membrane, we've replaced the tapes with the brush version and the paper membrane with our spray roll version.
So at this point, when the seams are done like this, is that when you would run a blower door test, or would you wait until the
no, you'd wait until you sprayed. Yeah, you'd wait until you sprayed. Yeah.
Okay. And just for curiosity, because I'm sure there's a question in the audience on this, the SIP panels that you often find on your project for your climate zone, what would the U value and thickness be in many cases?
So normally in that construction, that'll be about 150 mil in depth with either La Pola spray insulation or Kingspan insulation, something on that. It'll be a PIR insulation.
Got it. What do you think, Dave?
Dude, I actually want it's pretty, right? Can I say that as a guy? It's pretty.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good. It's clean. It's neat, and you know what? It does what it's supposed to do, and I think that's what it's why we're looking at it, right? It does what it's supposed to do.
This is a good one to show that different forms of construction as well, because we've got SIPS panels in this picture, but then it's going off a blockwork wall as well. So them junctions are always really awkward. They're never straight. They're never clean cut. But as it's a liquid membrane, a flexible, it's just paint on and it's just seamless.
So let me get this right. So because wood is going to constrict and contract and all those things different than that concrete wall is going to move. This is also just like it seals around nails. It's going to hold that elasticity through the life cycle of the product, whatever the years are, and always kind of work with two different materials, because that's always a fight for most people.
Yeah. So our airtightness and on our products will last as long as the product that's adhered to. So we'll never break. It'll always be the same.
Wow.
Love that. What do you think of this interior, Ashley? Have you ever seen anything like it?
You're muted.
Nope, I have not seen anything like it, and I agree with Dave. It looks really pretty. I do really like it.
Ashley, you're becoming my new best friend. There you go. You might be putting Mark out of a job here.
Yes, I can always come in and comment about the look of things.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. All right. Well, listen, we're going to show a little more pretty here. Check this out.
Oh,
now you're on a brick
beautiful
foundation.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
So this is a company called BT Passive in the UK, and they do a lot of retrofit projects. So we've gone into this old building, sprayed all the walls with passive purple, and they're going to retrofit insulation to the exterior. So our product always stays on the warm side of construction. They're going to insulate the whole building, and then they've rendered it, I believe.
Wow.
Prudence in the chat, maybe you can add for people why his product is on the warm side there. And I love that detail. If Dave Summers is in the audience, eat your heart out, brother. Look at this. Is that a mineral wool application going on the brick facade?
I believe so. Afterwards, yeah, and then it was rendered on top. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Great detail. And
the windows on that were changed in the end, so they were just there temporary because the clients were actually living in that building.
Right. Love it. All right, Mark, I think why don't we take a second here and say hello to some people? What do you think?
Yeah. Is Jennifer there, or are you there?
Yeah, well, so Jennifer's teeing things up here in the comments. So I'm going to go into time spot 123. I love it. Thanks so much, everybody, for putting in all these comments. It's very much appreciated, and we're having a lot of fun with this today. So, all right, first comment is Tom Reddy. It's great to hear the growth in the passive industry. Are there advantages to using timber versus cold formed steel?
I would say, Tom, you're an expert on this as well. And thanks for being here each and every week and throughout the week. It depends on the project, right? Depends on the goals of the project. And as you know, your structural engineer and your wall assembly, how it's modeled, is going to dictate that. Some people are steel, some people are wood, some people are both. So, the correct answer for our building science friends is it depends.
It's a big market. There's room for both timber and formed steel. I think that's where everyone in the industry needs to come together. It's so much work out there, and we all can learn from each other. There's little tricks that both sides of construction have that we could share and actually grow as a construction industry.
Amen.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Here, I'll put a comment up since Prudence isn't out there. Offsite is better working conditions for our tradespeople too. I couldn't agree more. All right. So we have, Prudence had another comment at 135 that we should go dig. There's a lot of comments in here. You guys are awesome. All right. Let's see. Here you go. You guys gonna have to poke up above. Some building science experts say smart vapor retarders are problematic in mixed climates because the humidity and inflection point where the moisture dependent permeability changes can be too high and moisture can get trapped in the assembly. How do your products address this?
Oh, I've got a bit, I'm off. No, so with our product, so we're on the inside, we're on the warm side of the insulation. So we're inside the building, and inside that passive house building has a heat recovery system. So it doesn't matter what the humidity is, because that machine is sorting all of that out, making it all stable inside the building. And that's really important. You can't just put our product on a building, make it super airtight, and then walk away. That's what I was saying earlier. It's full of lots of different components, and heat recovery is one of the most important to stabilize everything within that building. Because without that, all of our products are doomed. That's me and all the other paper membranes. Yeah. We just won't work because we won't be able to handle what's inside that building.
So that's brilliant. We're used to leaky buildings, and while again, to be agnostic, our friends at 475 and our friends at Sega and our friends at Intelligent Membranes, they'll always give you the solutions to build it tight and to control your air and vapor. But none of us are saying not to ventilate it right, and use the ERV, use the HRV. That is separate than your heating and cooling conditioning. Ventilation is still a strategy. None of us are overstepping that. We want to be clear.
Yeah. All right. Harvey Munich, focusing in on what to study, any old exams or exam type questions, etc. Thank you.
So Harvey, Adam and Dave and Ashley, Harvey is taking, I believe, the tradesperson or the certified builder. I don't know whether he's PHI or FIAS. So he's taking that exam, and like many people that are going through these trainings, they're looking for the resources to best prepare themselves, not just for their practice, but in order to complete the exam. And he's gonna pass without our help. But it's nice if anyone is in the chat, please link up with Harvey, share those resources, and invite others.
All right. Thank you. Here's another question. Buzz Holitzer. Would this work? I love how he said would help in an ICF structure.
So ICF structures, their air permeability is normally around about 1 on the air tightness score. It's got a lot of concrete in there. So yes, a lot of ICF structures use our product to bring them down, because our product is 0.03 on the on the substrate it's adhered to. So in answer, yes, it would help.
So that's really good. So it actually goes on. Most ICFs are an EPS, right, or a GPS. So they're either white or gray. What it actually goes on that insulation and all
the joints, the junctions, for like the wall to floor junctions. You've got to make sure, and the wall to roof junctions. That is a really tricky area for ICFs as well, especially when they're using a timber roof structure.
So when different materials meet in an ICF is your target area that's going to
be your target area, yeah. And then the window connections, if you're using it for your air tightness around your windows as well.
Thanks, Buzz.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to jump to something that Jen didn't put up because I just want to make sure I give a shout out here. You know this guy? He's commenting in the background quite a bit. He has the same last name as you.
Yeah. Well, I should have given him a lot more credit at the beginning. So Alex is my partner in Intelligent Membranes. So he's proud over the last few years. Yeah.
Don't worry, Alex. We're going to find you. We'll have you on this. There's no hiding.
Dave, isn't it funny that his partner has the same last name?
It is funny, isn't it?
What about Mickey? Does he have the same last name too?
Nikki, yeah, Nikki White.
I love it. I love it. Hey, listen, man, family's good, right? All right. Harvey, Meinik, what is the cost differential, speed, etc. to sew this versus, I guess, sew this versus tape? How long will it last? What is this compared to tapes?
Okay, so there's big differences. So our product on the outset will look more expensive. The product cost is more expensive, but then when you take the time and labor of install, and then the aftermath of what could happen to paper tapes and membranes during the construction phase, as to what could happen to our liquid applied membrane that's adhered to something, ours is a lot more cost effective and will give you a lot less headache in the future. Because if you've got if someone goes around and just makes a few little nicks in a paper membrane, you're going to be chasing that forever and a day.
Yeah. Thanks, Harvey, for that. That's a great, definitely a great question. Go ahead, Mark. I see you got it. Something lined up.
No, I don't. I just happened to click on the LinkedIn and I saw the chat that Jennifer and Ashley and Alex are dealing with. Wonderful. I think the show's going to go long, and thanks for tuning in and love it.
Yeah, for sure. And I just sent Prudence a message in her LinkedIn messages. So check that, Prudence, as well. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. All right. So moving forward, I got to say hello. This is one of the greenest guys I know out there. Hello from the Treehouse, Building Science Intelligent Membranes. Tim Sims. How are you, buddy?
Tim, put your show in the chat too, and share with us the picture of the Treehouse so people can experience that. Dave and I have been on Tim's show, and I believe Tim and Carolina are on with Dave and Miles on Thursday. Increasing Influence.
Yeah, nope. It's gonna be a great show. It really is. Next Thursday, 1 p.m. All right. So next question here. We got a lot of questions. We're gonna get back to the show as well, but everybody, we're gonna go a little bit long today just because of the amount of attention Adam gets. Can you imagine? I bet walking around in London with Adam's like walking around with like a superstar.
Yeah, not quite like that.
Right? I'm gonna have to get a pair of glasses.
A lot more attention.
You probably have to put a wig on and stuff when you go out in public. I would.
No, so Adam has a strategy, Dave. He lets Alex walk ahead, and then everyone follows Alex so Adam can hang with his kids and family.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Brett Siriani, do you have an Australian representative for your products?
Yes, I have a business partner over there called Vince Rosso, and we're based in Sydney. So we'll be having our products on the ground in January 2021.
Great. Thank you very much. All right. Let me keep going here. We're going to do a couple more, then we're going to get back to the presentation here. All right. Prudence had a comment. Let me go back up here. Mark, I don't know if you're looking at all this, but holy cow.
I don't want to.
For exterior applications, what is the UV resistance of the product? Is there any degradation if this passive purple sheathing needs to be exposed for, I guess, any amount of time? In other words, does it break down in the sun?
So passive purple needs to be covered up. It can be out for a few months, but it needs to be covered up straight away. But we have passive purple external, which is our facade membrane, which is UV stable and can stay outside permanently.
I think that's a segue, Dave. I think we go to passive. Isn't that happen to be our next headline?
Well, let me get there, Mark. There's a lot going on. I'm trying. We're having fun. Yeah. So why don't we hop back into this? What are we doing? Passive purple? Is that what he said?
Passive purple external.
Passive purple. Yes, external. All right. So we're going to go back to the pictures now.
Back to the pictures now. Go ahead, Adam.
That's still internal. We've got to go to the passive purple external ones.
Let's see.
That's internal.
Is it at the end here?
It doesn't look like you've got them.
Okay. That's
all right. We'll pull it up and we'll keep going though.
Yeah.
So let's keep working through that. Let's keep walking through talking about the passive purple exterior, and I'm going to pull it up real quick.
Okay, so passive purple external is for the external side of any form of construction. So this could be block work, brickwork, timber frame, MGO sheathing boards, and this doesn't need to be covered over. So this can be exposed to the sun, the elements, the cold, the hot. So minus 40 to 90 degrees, we can take them heats. I do have it in black and grey, so you don't have to have purple buildings. So that's probably one of the things I do need to say. So if you want it on the show, so if you're doing a timber frame structure and the insulation's on the inside and you spray the whole building black and you want a shadow gap on your facade, you can have it there. So when you look through, it's just completely black. And that also in spray and brush versions as well.
For an example of that, so if you look at the wall behind Adam, right, you see the wood timber, and then you see the void in between is black. That's the technique that he's talking about. If you were to put it on your exterior, you would probably not choose purple, although you certainly could. But it could be the black, and so that void spot is showing through. It's beautiful.
Yeah, hit and miss cladding, I think they call it. Hit and miss.
Hit and miss.
How about this one? This work?
Ah, there we go. That's it.
All right, let's show it.
This is one of my older videos, so the cheese and music.
I'm just going with what I can find quickly.
No, that's fine.
I can't tell if the music is carnival music or 70s porn. I can't figure it out.
I'm gonna enjoy myself, man.
I know we need more sound effects. All right, so walk us through. All right, so this is the passive purple.
So this is passive purple. So there's a big difference between that and the internal version. Right. This one's vapor open. So the internal one's more vapor closed, but that one's vapor open. So we'll let the building breathe the moisture out that it needs to, but will reflect all the rain and be waterproof. So it's waterproof, but vapor open.
So, I mean, that's really, all right. Hey, Dave wants the training on this, right? So basically what you're saying is it's going to keep the vapor from the outside coming in, but is it going to let the vapor on the inside come out?
It'll let the vapor come out, because we're only, when we talk about vapor, it's very small amounts coming through. And that's another thing, going back to the internal one, where we say it's a breathable membrane. That's quite confusing, because it's not air that's moving. It's actually vapor molecules, very small amounts that are passing through. So it's not really breathable, as it's just water that's passing through.
Yep. So if I heard it correct, the outside is vapor open, so that when and if it does get wet, it can dry. The inside is vapor closed, so we're not getting that moisture and vapor from the building into our cavity when we cook and take a shower.
Yeah, that's it. And when the moisture does get in, it will get out of the building fast, because we've got a vapor open product on the outside.
Right.
Awesome.
I mean, so it's quite incredible, isn't it?
It's confusing. It's the most confusing thing is, how can something be watertight but then breathable? That always gets me. But we can post some pictures up of that as well. So how it actually works.
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be great. I mean, look, we're already at almost 55 minutes here. So let's keep walking through. Let's get to a couple more comments real quick. So here we've shown everybody, and right now, if you don't mind, there's enough of you out there. Please hit that like and share right now. Share this video with everybody else on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We are trying to change the way we think about building homes, whether it's offsite construction or building science. And we're always trying to bring you the experts and show you products that you may not have seen before, or innovation that you've not seen before, or experts who have studied this to the upteenth, time of, like, they really just understand this stuff. And you know what? Science is everything. we can send spaceships to Mars, like, what is it, 20 years in space, and they can calculate how it gets there. I think we can figure out how to build a better house. Maybe. That's just my 2 cents. All right.
So that's what this is for. The solutions are there, and not everyone has had a chance to hear about these solutions. And Dave and Jennifer do a great job of bringing the offsite world and the building science world together. So that's why we say share it. It's not about us. It's about meeting the people that haven't heard this before.
Right.
That's what it's about.
Yep. And it helps us keep bringing great content to everybody. Mark, I didn't show you this, but I do have a Dave soapbox.
Awesome.
I stand on it a lot. I do. All right, we're going to get back over here. I have a question from Nicholas Kellogg. Let me see if I can find it and put it up there, because we like to put everybody up that supports us as well. You guys are amazing with all this stuff. All right, so he said amazing, but there's another one up here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Somewhere.
I can see Jennifer, Alex, and Ashley getting tired fingers right now.
Yeah, I can see it too. Well, anyhow, so Nicholas Kellogg, I'm looking on the post here. Oh, here it is. He asked, and does it peel off windows if oversprayed? So he's asking, yeah, if you're overspraying this, does it peel off? How do you deal with it? That's a great question.
It's not easy to peel off. It will adhere to the product. Yeah, you've got to cover the windows over. But fortunately, I have a product for that called Intelligent Protect. So we have a spray protection that you spray the windows first, and then you put our passive purple, then you peel the window off, leaving a brand new window.
Yeah. So it is a great question, because it will come up, right? So if you have a bare wood product, this interior and exterior is there to bond, as Adam says, adhere to it. So first you would take care of prepping where the window goes. You would have your window in if your window is going in, and you would protect the window, and you would do the wall. This is the sequencing. This is who is responsible, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, why it's going to happen, and what you're going to do to make it happen, and verify and test that it did happen while keeping it clean, crisp, healthy, and effective.
Yeah, 100%. And we're going to show that product as well. And I'm sure it'll be one of the videos. It may not be his best video, but I got a lot going on here, so you're going to have to deal with it. All right, 150. We got Henry Chical. Let me go to Henry's comment here real quick, and we'll put Henry up here.
Oh, Henry's going to be wearing a nice shirt and a nice sport coat. Handsome gentleman, always got the education to bring to the table.
All right, so tell me what your thoughts are on this one. Can everybody read it? I can't translate that one, but I know he did it somewhere in here. Where
Ashley, that's you. You got that one, Ashley.
I'm not sure what that one is, but if I find it, I think there is a translation. I
believe it's French. I
think an operative can spray 300 square meters a day. So he's talking about install rates, I think.
Can an operator apply up to 300 square meters of purple passive per day is the question. I just studied France and learned it.
Yes.
Google
Perfect.
Translate, amazing.
Awesome.
All right. All right, here, Harvey Menick actually has another great question. How does it compare? Did we already ask that one, didn't we? No, we didn't.
No.
How does it compare to tapes versus your product during the blower door test? That's a great question.
Yeah, I don't really know a ton. So it'll just come down to ours getting a better score and an easier score without any remedials works afterwards. So you got your tapes and membranes. You could get a score, good early doors, but then it could get damaged a lot easier than what our product could do. And our product being the world's most airtight product, we're going to be lower than anyone else's because it's 0.03.
There's a facility, there's a large facility you did, Adam, that actually has a record, right, for its airtight.
Yeah, so we hold the world's most airtight building, and we're just currently building another one, which is our CPD room, which is a commercial residential building, and in a couple of weeks we'll be air testing that, and I want to be smashing the world's most airtight building for that as well. So I want to hold that here in Cambridge, that record.
So we can put in the chat hashtag Guinness Book of World's Record for airtightness.
Yeah, yeah. And we're also a radon barrier. I'm not trying to do a sales pitch, but we're a certified radon barrier as well, which a lot of people don't know. So a lot of people use our product on the floor as well, because radon being the second biggest cause of cancer. So
if Joe Konopacki is in the audience, please throw out what radon is and how to test it as we continue on with the show.
Yeah, for sure. So Adam, I just got to ask, you have kids, right?
Yeah, I've got 3 lovely children.
And so do they make slime? My kids make slime. I'm just wondering how you came up with all this stuff. I mean, like you just said, I mean, so it's either your kids playing with slime or you just have some weird habits.
No, it's just me and Alex in the office having fun with our protection membranes is the best one. So
that could go in so many directions. All right, yeah. We're going to keep the show clean. All right, here's a question. Go ahead, Mark. You want to say something?
No, go ahead. I was going to read the question. Alex, can you talk a little bit about the advantages or disadvantages Passive Purple has versus Tremco product, Exo Air 430? So Tremco is a tape. Is that right, Tom?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have to take them details down and give Tom an email because I'm unfamiliar with that product. I don't know if we have it here in the UK, but I can have a look at it and we can send you the answers on that one.
Yeah, Tom, save us the time and share that hyperlink to that product in there. Again, we're agnostic, so put it in there. And Ashley, make sure Tom knows we love him for his great comment.
Yeah, and Tom actually had another one in here. I'm not seeing it, so I'm just gonna ask it. Oh, here it is. Can you talk a little bit about the advantages, though? Right. So he asked about the Tremco products and the Air products. You know, is there advantages that you constantly talk about your product, that why it's maybe superior than somebody else's?
Every product has its advantages and disadvantages. I'm not here because there is a lot of good products out there, but tapes, and there's a lot of good membranes as well. So I don't really want to. We're all good. We're all on the same playing field, and we are good. I've got advantages where they don't have, and they have advantages where I don't. So yeah, there is advantages.
Yeah. You know what they say, Adam? Keep your friends close.
Well, you know what? I think politicians learn a lot from you, Adam. All right, Brett Saran.
I was going to say there's another thing. We are one of our partners now in Canada is actually Sega, so we've actually partnered with them as well. So
Sega North America.
Sega North America. So we've teamed up with one that would be our major competitor, but we don't have competitors. There's enough work for everyone, and I've got products that will do good things for their customers, and they've got good products as well. So we can all share that market and work with each other.
Well, I'm gonna plug Sega right now just as a quick shout out because Etienne Gubler.
Etienne's my man. Before we even discussed work, he was helping, he was promoting, he was one of the first people to come in and talk to me. A completely different way of looking at business, Etienne, and that's something that me and my team and our French guys, our German guys, every arm we have, we're all on the same wavelength as what Etienne is, and that's why I decided to team up with them guys. And Sean McStay, it's just a different way of thinking, really, isn't it? I can say peace to them now.
We've had Sean McStay and Etienne on a couple times, and Dave and I love them as people first, right? That's why we have Adam talking openly about the industry. We are agnostic. It's not a commercial. Dave made that clear, and I hold behind it because we're here to support our buildings so that our people have healthy and comfortable lives.
Yeah, 100%. So, all right, that's enough for Etienne, my friend. I love it. Let's keep going here on this. Tom Reddy said, no, it's new and a spray on. So when we were talking about those advantages in those two products, he said it's a new and it's a spray on product or something. So when you go to look for it, you can check that out.
Okay.
Tom, please tag some people in that company so we could meet with them offline and we could introduce them to folks.
Here is a great question from Brett Serrani. Do you have a fire rated product, or do the current applications have an inherent fire resistance rating?
Yes. So Passive Purple external is Fire Class B, which is really good. With our internal, we're Fire Class C, where most paper membranes are E. And we have a product called Fred, which is a Fire Class A, which is intermittent paint, fire paint. And we're just currently going through time testing on that one.
Here's a big thumbs up for Fred. Thank you, Fred.
Yeah, Fred's going to be very popular next year.
Oh, let's see. Missed it here. Once, man, they're coming in so fast. They jump on me. I got to click on it. Damn thing left. All right, Joe Kanapaki. Do we know Joe Kanapaki?
Kanapaki. There's many Kanapakis out there, but we certainly know Joe. Ashley, do you want to read this one?
Go ahead, Ashley. Read it for our guests.
Yeah, radon is radioactive gas that is best left in the ground or deflected around our homes. Sounds like Purple Passive has the power to remediate radon.
Yeah. It's certified radon barrier, yeah.
I love it. Awesome. I love it. All right. Let me keep going down the line here, see if we got anything else, then we're going to get back in there. Harvey Munich says, there goes my repping business. He wanted to rep your product. Somebody in Canada already has it. So yeah,
there's always room in the family, always room. So we'll take his details and we'll reach out.
Yeah. Harvey, right. Give a hello to Sean McStay and Sean Senamore. They'll take care of you, bud.
Hey, Sean McStay, Building Better podcast with Sean McStay. Love it. All right, here we go. LinkedIn user, I don't know who this is, and I wish I could go through and figure it out, but it says, have you tried spraying these with spraying drones for tall multi-story buildings? U.S. National Renewable Energy Lab would be interested in such an automated, non-invasive spraying of Passive Purple. Let's talk.
That sounds fucking cool. I want to do it. Contact me now. I'll get off of this and go straight onto it. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I want to do it.
That's not how this works. Jennifer, please, or Ashley, if you're following in the comments, let's write down that name. We'll talk about it afterwards. So
absolutely. We're all sharing our faces, our names. That's what this is about, sharing. Let's get those drones fired up and some squirt guns too, right?
Absolutely. And remember, you heard it here on BS Friday.
Dave Cooper Live, 6 days a week. Coming at you.
Adam, listen, when you're big time and Mark and I are working for you, don't forget about us, right?
I won't forget about you, Dave.
Adam, if you forget about us, we're going to give you this.
You're always in the family. Don't worry, mate.
All right, moving on. Let's see what else we have going on here. All right, so let's get back to some of this stuff. So I'm not sure I have all your products up, but what I have done is I pulled up your YouTube channel, and you can tell me which one you want me to show. How's that sound?
Okay.
Adam, listen, I told you if it can go wrong, it will go wrong on a live show, and the best people just keep rolling with it, and that's why you're here.
Let's go. Hit me.
All right, so we want to talk about how you're window protective. Why don't we talk about that? We have this one here, and we got one on the far right.
Yeah, I like the one in the bottom right-hand corner, the orange, the orange, and Adam standing in front. I like that one. Look at that.
Okay, so this is our fuck off range, which is spelled PH instead of F. This was a marketing stunt for the name. When we've done training for our window protection, we had a high vis orange and a high vis yellow, and I'd always say we spray this on and we want the contractors to fuck off and leave our expensive goods alone. And that's how it was born, and we've done it as a marketing stunt, but the name stuck, and it just, I think every builder could understand and get to grips that we tell this to all the builders and they just don't do it. So making it high vis, making it yellow, telling everyone to fuck off, and it works. It does actually work.
So
I love it.
it's
I
not
love
just marketing. So this is showing a nice residential setting, but if you're in a large commercial space, right, that's full of glazing everywhere, you've got your gear, you've got your tools, and you're walking and you're going around. Since it's windows everywhere, you actually don't see them. And you do walk into windows on large commercial spaces. It's very true. People might laugh, but that happens. So when you say fuck off with a PH, it's also so that the people don't walk into the windows, and also protecting those windows from getting scratched for the many different trades that come in after the glazings are installed, right? So it's much more than marketing. It's I just like saying fuck off.
It is.
I think I say it way too much, but it's not just for windows though. It goes on kitchen worktops, things like that. So it stops all the contractors putting their bag on it, dragging their tools over. The door seals at the bottom of the windows, we actually paint them, and you can spray caution on them, so trip hazards. So when you're building a construction site, normally the outside level is lower than what it should be because they build it up right at the end. So that becomes a trip hazard. And so it stops people tripping up as they enter the buildings as well. So
Dave, in the offsite world, when we have our panels and we have our modular and we have our prefab, when that leaves the facility, there's often this very large shrink wrap, and then they get set and they get seamed and finished. In this regard, those windows would all be covered truly interior and exterior with the fuck off. Then they travel down the road, they're set, they're seamed, they're installed, they're finished. Someone peels it off, no dust, no scratches. You get a finished product, which is what your client is paying for.
That's right.
And then you recycle. Then you recycle the waste. That's very important. Plastic, it is a polymer based, and plastics are known as evil products, but they're not if they're used in the right context as well, and they're responsibly recycled afterwards. So we do put that pressure on the people to recycle. So the product's made of recycled materials, and we want it recycled afterwards as well.
Well, I'm going to show how the windows are protected, because I think in this video you actually show it coming off. Sound good?
Love it, Dave.
All right.
This was a site where we came in to have a look at the protection for them.
Okay, so that's the shield going on so that later on the door could be operable during the rest of the project. And you chose a white in this case.
Yeah, in that case, so it still lets the light through. But you can see there it's fully dried and the light will come through.
Look at that nice facility. Okay, so this one is showing when someone is working on site that you're actually protecting it from that. And of course there's concrete being thrown on the wall. There you go.
Everybody does that to their glass doors.
Yeah.
This is the part you're talking about, Dave. Look at that peel off.
Yep. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if you overspray, it's just going to peel off whatever it oversprays to, and it's sealing whatever your protection, right?
How's that compared to honestly? You got this on video.
And then can you use it to wrap your Christmas presents, Adam?
You can whatever you want if you want to buy it off me.
Love it. Love it. All right, let me stop this and we'll come back. All right.
I got an idea, Dave, and I don't know if you even have this video since we did that. Do we have anything showing a car?
I bet I could find it.
and Adam, I'm curious, is there anyone in your background that's hungry?
They might be in bed.
No.
You know,
Vincent. There you go. Hi, buddy. Hey,
So
Vincent.
I love
this
it.
is Vincent Van Gogh.
Oh, look at those pretty eyes.
Yeah.
You're
Like a
famous on
trumpet one.
LinkedIn, Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah, for sure. Let
Yeah.
me go back here.
Well,
I'm
famous for me.
searching. I'm searching for the car.
Ashley, when was the last time you were on a live on a live building science show and Vincent Van Gogh came and snuck a snack from Adam White?
This is a first. This is definitely a first for me.
I'm interested. Jennifer has to be sitting next to you, Dave, just laughing up a storm with your kids.
Well, she's not sitting next to me, but yes, for sure. And I'm sure Colton's back there wanting to come over and play with those for sure. All right, here, I got this one, Adam. This is what we're going to roll with, whether we want to roll with it or not. So this is you showing, I think, your car after you sprayed it with the membrane.
Yeah, so that was the first time I sprayed the Audi with the original product, yeah.
Did your wife look at you like you were absolutely lost your mind?
Well, I actually drove around the UK with the car like that. I got some awful looks. So if you go to the end, you'll see what it looked like. But that's cement being launched up of it. Angle grinders.
I love the mustache on the back.
Yeah.
So here's a disclaimer for the industry. Adam would carry around window displays, and he was traveling around. And so rather than carry a window in this car, he actually put the window protection on the car. But this product is intended for your windows and for your kitchens and floors. Do not spray it on your car. That's what he chose to do. That's not the intent. We're building science people. This is about building. So big disclaimer.
Yeah, thanks for that.
spray
Thanks
your
for
car.
that. Yeah, it's not intended for cars. It's for windows. I do trust the product. On a car, there was a lot of masking there around the engine and that. So yeah, we're advising not to do cars until proper testing's been done. But
Yeah, perfect. Well, listen, the gentleman asked the drone question is Anchor Potter. So hey, Anchor's joined on the show. I've seen him several times, and definitely those guys are doing great work out there. So you're in there with the best. All right, let's move into some more conversations here. But first, hit that like and share button one more time. Also, I mean, so you have interior barriers, you have exterior barriers, you have window protection, you have fire protection.
we have a biodegradable internal version as well.
Biodegradable, it's green, it's energy, and you're personally running around planting 1 million trees. Amazing.
No, me and my team. I'm the one sat here. I like to take all the credit, obviously, but I do have a big team around me, and I think a lot of that gets missed on my social media that I do. I do have a big team around the world now and here in Cambridgeshire. So, but yeah, it's all me.
Oh, that is great. That is great. All right, we got some more stuff rolling in here. We're going to ask a couple more questions, and then I think Prudence might be joining us here in a minute.
Love it. You could just take me out of the show, Dave. I think Vincent Van Gogh and everyone else does a better job.
Vincent Van Gogh, take you out. I'm not taking you out.
What do we have?
Brandon, let me see.
Ashley, can you go to the email and read off the other names of the goats in the chat so everyone gets to have access to those? What was it?
Selena Gomez.
Oh yeah, Selena Gomez.
Yes, I have.
Yes,
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
John Paul Gaultier. Yeah.
Here's
I can't
Scarlet
remember what the
Goat
third one is.
Scarlet Goat Hansen.
Yeah, that's it.
Scarlet Goat Hansen. I know, you know what? I have my goat banner up there, but I got so much going on. Maybe we'll show it at the end. There was a comment from Will Brennan. Let me put this up on the screen. It doesn't show up on LinkedIn. Important to note, if it's chemically insert when set, they can change the formulation later and go to a bio-based polymer if they haven't already done so. You understand what that means?
Yes. Well, to the best of my knowledge, it's a water-based latex. So yeah, it is chemically inert upon drying. Am I correct in saying that, Adam?
I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit confused with that one. Unless biodegradable version. We do have a biodegradable version, but we can't use that externally because it's in
Right.
its nature. Biodegradable, sun, moisture will biodegrade and it's gone. So it's going to be very, very hard to find a biodegradable version for the external. So I mean,
I think what he's saying is
great.
by chemically inert is after the product cures, does it off gas? I believe is what he's asking.
No. All our products are VOC free, non-toxic. I won't let it go in gas cans or anything like that. It just won't happen. Not on my watch anyway. But that goes for Passive Purple External. We're all VOC free, non-nasties.
No nasties.
All right.
There you go. No nasties.
Here's a good question for you. One a little bit easier. Can we spray the prefabricated walls in the factory and paint the wall junctions on site?
Yes. So here in Cambridge,
It's a great question.
Here in Cambridge, we pre-spray the OSB boards and then fix them in our panels, then joint them on site. We have other companies, as we speak, actually building machines to spray Passive Purple internal and external in a conveyor belt and spraying them and then sending them out to site. Now, this is good because they don't have to cover the panels and have plastic waste from going from the factory to the site. So reducing waste as well, because it makes the whole panel watertight. So you might have your rock wool or any insulation in there that could get damaged, or the OSB or the magnesium oxide board or whatever you're going to use. We're actually protecting the whole thing because the whole thing's now wrapped in this nice little bubble.
So our friends from Integra, our friends from the NAHB, our friends from Harris Woodward and Benson Wood, that is a good factor because it is protecting the craftsmanship at the factory for the site visits. And to learn more about that, join Jennifer and Dave on Tuesdays.
Well, you know what? You make a good point there. And I think if you are in the manufacturing and the volumetric world or panelization world, and you're adding windows and exterior product to the modules before they're shipping down a highway, I can't tell you how many times over the years as they're bringing in modules, a tree runs right down and all of a sudden damages, scratches a window, scratches the facade around the window. This could actually be sprayed on to protect it. And also, you don't have to worry about it blowing off as you're driving down the highway. Because, I mean, clearly Adam's driving around his Audi in it with it covered. So I think, I mean, that's a great point, right? I mean, this is a big problem. We're replacing trim and window all the time because it gets damaged.
Yeah, and we've actually got some modular company that's building modules and sending them to New Zealand, and they're getting rid of their plastic waste by wrapping them because we can use Passive Purple external on the outside of these modules now, which is UV stable and will waterproof it and protect the whole module whilst it's in transport going over. Yeah. It doesn't matter about cold temperatures or anything like that.
Yep. All right, so we got one more quick question. I know we answered it in the beginning, but for those that missed it, we'll put it up one more time from Stephanie Blaze. Sorry, missed the start. Can you spray straight on the rock wool insulation?
Yes, you can. You can spray straight to rock wool. Loves it. Shit to a blanket, as we say in the UK.
I think that's fascinating. Dave, would you ever think of spraying mineral wool? I thought I've heard of everything. I just learned something today.
Yeah, right. So you have the mineral wool. I'm thinking about this. You got your mineral wool up. You got your studs up, right? Or whatever your framing is. So you can spray straight across all that?
Yeah, we can spray straight across that, yeah. One airtight seal. Loves it.
Come on.
It loves it.
You're smoking some of that goat.
Alex will post some videos up.
I love it. I think it's cool. That's what I mean. I mean, this is really cool stuff. This isn't your everyday product. It can be used in a lot of different ways. All right. Here's all right. I said last one, but you know what? We got to put this one up there. It's a fair question. How's the cost? Is it competitive?
It's very competitive to what it is and what it achieves. Now, it's not apples for apples. You've got to remember this. Sometimes you're trying to compare a Ferrari to a Ford car. We're a high-end product that achieves a high-end result. So we're on the face of it, our product seems expensive, but when you take labor rates and the costs and what we actually achieve, then we're actually really competitive.
Yeah, perfect.
I think the other factor there too is, you know, so many times we're wondering what trade does what, and you're not looking for a carpenter's wage in this regard. It could be a laborer, and you know, they could learn this knack and really be the master at it. So I look at that as saying it's versatile, that you don't need to take your carpenter, but your carpenter could certainly do it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, let's bring Prudence on. We're going to wrap this out right now. What's happening, Prudence?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Prudence, how are
Welcome
you?
back.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
We
me?
can hear you
all right?
loud and clear.
Awesome. That's great. I'm doing
Loud
fan-
and clear.
I'm
So,
doing fantastic. I've been over here with the technical data sheets, looking at the SD values and trying to get an entry in the WUFI materials library, so I can do some hygrothermal analysis on this stuff. And one of the things I'm wondering is I'm looking at these variable SD values on passive purple, and I see that we've got some variation, some wide variation on the internal product, right? It's from 0.8 all the way up to 40 on the SD values, right? And I see that there's some variation depending on thickness.
The
But
thickness
what,
is
yeah, but I mean, how thick can we get this stuff, and how thin can we get it? And is that the only variable in the SD value?
that's the only variable. I mean, yeah. So you can get it as thick. You can't in one go. You won't get any more than 1 mil in one go, because it will just droop down. If you treat our product like emulsion paint, you're not going to keep spraying it and spraying it. You just won't. It just won't happen. It will just drop down. But that is it. So we obviously, with the wet gauge thickness, we can see how thick we're getting on the product itself, and that will tell us what we need.
You know, Prudence, you stole the thunder, because I'm looking in our private chat here, and both Dave, Ashley, and I had that same question for Adam, but I'm glad you asked it first.
Well, that makes a really simple modeling exercise, and thank you for explaining that.
No worries. Thank you.
I
So,
love it.
About what you were going to ask.
with that, Prudence, they currently have the product under PHI, but it would be nice to bring it in through FIA so that both projects have it. And speaking of certifications, I'm going to catch you off guard with this one, Dave. Adam, just yesterday you were telling Dave and I that you actually got another product certified.
Yeah. So not a lot of people know that I actually do windows as well. So I've done a lot of windows over the years, and I have my own Passivhaus certified window as of this week. As of Wednesday, so it's Passivhaus certified, and I have my other window being certified hopefully just before Christmas, or maybe just after Christmas now, and then I'll bring that to the masses as well.
Outstanding. Listen, I mean, what you're doing for the industry is great, you know, and your success is definitely proof that you're doing the right things. And the amount of people that have showed up, talked, and shared everything, I mean, it just speaks volumes to what you and your team and your brothers and family, or maybe you guys are all just named.
Without you guys, I wouldn't have a platform to do it. So it's kind of kudos all round. So Prudence, yeah. She's everywhere. Dave, you're on 6 days a week. Mark, he's just relentless. And Ashley, it's a group effort. I mean, that's what's changing in the industry. All competitors, we're all just jumping in the mix, and it's just helping everyone. And it's definitely helping me, because I'm bouncing off the back of all of you and all your ideas, and stealing them and pretending they're my own and all of the rest.
Hey, the best ideas are the ones that are stolen, right? What the heck?
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of teamwork, let's do a tag team from Prudence to Ashley, because Ashley has a big meeting at 1:30. So Ashley, you say goodbye to everyone, and then the rest of us will keep going.
Yeah, bye everybody. Thank you so much for having me on. It was great meeting most of you and meeting everyone in the chat.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley.
I had a great time.
Thanks, Ashley. Thank you.
So thanks. Have a great
weekend. Yeah, you too. Bye now. So I mean, I think we're at the end of the show here. I mean, can you an hour and 30 minutes? The comments were flying the whole time. I had a hard time even figuring them out.
We got a minute. Prudence just jumped in. Sorry to stretch her, Dave, but what else you got for us, Prudence? Let's make Adam really nervous.
No, see you later, boys.
No,
The science stuff's coming out. He's sweating over there. Look, he just got gray hair. I saw it pop out.
Live and unedited.
I'll put the goats to bed. It's past their bedtime.
well, the reason I think why Adam got in touch with me ahead of time to ask me, hey, what are the hardest questions you can think of, is because I'm on the front lines, right? I get these hard questions, and part of my job is to help our developers and our builders and the people building these buildings know that by using these products, they're eliminating risk, they're improving indoor air quality, they're making the job easier for the tradespeople, they're saving time for the tradespeople. And so I tried to give him the hardest questions I could up front. But the fact of the matter is, like, between Adam and his team, they really have thought of everything and they've got it covered. And there's even one area that I got really excited about just recently, which is guarded blower door tests, right? So think about these bigger buildings. They need to have egress to get out in case of fire, and there's no such thing as an airtight passive house door with single latch hardware and a panic bar. It doesn't exist, right? So in these larger buildings, we actually have to figure out ways to guard those places where we've got a accessible threshold or we've got single latch. And I saw that window protection, the fuck off stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you could totally use it. You could just spray that on for your guarded blower door test, or even before that, to protect the window and peel it off, and it would save labor, it would save time, it would save blower door remobilizations. Like, you guys have thought of everything.
You need to come and work with me. You need to sell my products for me.
Oh man, yeah. So, yeah, the hard stuff as far as science goes, and translating some of your values on your technical data sheets. Like, there's some people you're going to run into in the U.S. where we're used to working in IP units, and they're like, "What does SD value mean? Where's my perm? Like, what does this even mean?" Yeah. So, I mean, that's the harder stuff. That's why I was getting into the modeling, to demystify that. But
I deal with the Germans. They're the hardest, so I can deal with the Americans.
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
know what they
hopefully-
say, you could tell a German, you just can't tell them much.
No. So Henry Schickel is my German arm, and he's in the chat.
I'm not related to him, just so you know.
Yeah. And Henry, I say that because my ancestry comes from there, and that was taught from me from my great grandfather, which reminds me, I have a personal announcement. So a lot of us learn from schools, a lot of us learn from people. I learn from people, and I learned from my great grandparents and my grandparents a lot. And I'm very blessed that my grandmother Bernilda Willie turns 100 this weekend. She was ahead of her time. When I was a youth, she was president of a bank, president of our church. Her father was an amazing farmer and seed person. So I'm blessed with this family today of our building science community, and I'm blessed to be able to share that I have a 100-year-old grandmother.
That's awesome.
Well done, mate. Fair play.
Yeah, we'll have to show her this video, huh?
That's amazing.
Let's
So-
bring her on.
So Adam, I have a personal question for you. When do you sleep?
Is this Adam?
Yeah, this is Adam. When do you sleep? You're doing so much, dude.
I don't know. I was saying earlier today, like, I find it hard because the UK stops and America wakes up, and then Australia wakes up because we're launching in Australia in January as well. And it's just, I think midweek this week I just crashed, just burned. But I have a big team around me, so I like to say I'm front of house, but I do have a big team around me, so they're there to help when I do crash and burn.
Oh, I love it. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody coming on. I know Mark does as well. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Adam, you did a great job. I know you're not one that loves being on the spotlight of things. I think you did a fabulous job. Prudence, always a pleasure having you come in and give your 2 cents. We knew you would go technical right away, and we figured we'd make Adam a little bit nervous because that's not what he wants to be doing. He likes the salesy, type of. He likes talking about the product, but I think when it gets to the technical stuff, it is super technical. There's a lot of smart people behind these products and the science behind them, and I think that's what's incredible. And Adam, it's very clear you've surrounded yourself with a great team. So that's it.
So Saturday with Dave, Monday with Dave, Tuesday with Dave, Wednesday with Dave, Thursday with Dave, Friday with Dave, every week on BS Friday. Thank you all for being here. And we want to see you again throughout the week. Adam, brilliant. Dave, you're the best. Prudence, I'll talk to you in a few.
Yeah.
That's it, everybody. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Coffee with Dave. We're going to do a recap of this week. And guess what? We have a lot of great stuff coming up this week. So with that said, everybody, thank you very much.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much, Dave,
right,
Mark, Prudence. Thank you.
Great week.
Hang tight. We'll come right back after the outro. We'll see everybody. Bye now.